So Greg, obviously, little bit of history. Since we've come back in the FA Cup, it's the first time since 2002 that we've got into the first qualifying round. Just sum up today's win against obviously a really good Newark side.
Yeah, first of all, they are a really good team, and we knew it was going to be difficult. We'd like to think we had that home advantage, but we know they've got some really dangerous players across the park, and we were well aware of that, and they gave us a really tough game. I thought actually it was a really good, enjoyable game. Two really good teams, two teams that like to go forward. Thankfully for us, we've come on the right side of it. My nerves on the side at the end there, up and down. But it's less enjoyable when you're stood on the side and rather than playing. But delighted for the club to get into that round. I say the first time since 2002. I spoke to you the other week and said that since I've been here, we've not really done as well as we would have liked in there. So to get 2 wins, we've got to see what we get on Monday. Let's hope for another good draw, or and see how far we can get. But really pleased. So we started the game really well. I thought the first 10 minutes we imposed our game on them a little bit. They had to change shape, and they were always going to have spells. They were always going to come at us, and we weathered it at times, and obviously let them back in. But Elliot with a finish at the end was brilliant. So really pleased.
Yeah, obviously, I thought the goal. It's unfortunate you sort of cleared it off the line, and then it found its way in, and obviously Ross went off injured. Was it tough to sort of motivate the lads because you're kind of on the back foot, aren't you? And I thought we started the game quite well.
Yeah, we did, and at that moment in time, your initial reactions are we're doing really well. Ross was dropping in and causing a lot of issues for them, and he's obviously a really good player, one of our top marksmen. I think they were pretty pleased that he'd been gone off injured. But we looked at the bench, and I've said this to you before, that we've got a squad of players that we believe in, and it's not going to be 11 players, 15 players. It's going to be a squad of 22 players that bring us success. And Miko today, he's waited his chance and come on. I thought he was excellent. I thought one of the goals, I asked him to drop in deep and do what Ross does and learn from him. The second goal, he asked him to come in. He's come into the space, turned on the man, opened the space up, and got the assist or played something to get the goal. So he's been a massive part of that goal today and that result, and as have all the other subs that have come in the game and impacted. Obviously Elliot coming off the bench and goal. Kingy coming in and just giving that that assurance at the back, his old head experience in front of the back four. So that's what's pleasing thing. We've got, like I keep saying it, and I keep banging it on, but we have got a really good squad of players, and all contribute, and they have done today. Yeah,
and I think obviously we've said about 7 subs today, and you've got a big squad. Is it kind of the case of you're sort of telling players you're ready to play out position maybe? I think because the chances kind of occur. I think Archie, he came on in probably a different position he normally play, but he did really well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did really well, and you have to adapt, and players have to adapt, and we'll have players missing and people have to fill into positions, but it's a team squad. It's about contributing and everyone chipping in and maybe doing things that maybe they're not natural with, and that might just be a call across the pitch, someone filling in the centre half, someone playing up front. But what we're trying to build is a team ethos and a togetherness that we're all in it together, and that's hopefully what brings you success. And if it means going out your comfort zone, and like Ollie Novak coming off, he was gutted. He come off with a tear in his face, and I said to him, delighted that you're gutted that you're coming off, because he was doing really well in the game. But he's worked so hard for 70 minutes. He's brilliant going forward. He's tracked back and blocked one right at the end, which as a defender, if I says that, I love that as much as an assist. And he's spent all his energy. Let's get some fresh legs in there because we've got the quality. And come on, I'm glad that he's disappointed, because he could sniff that he could maybe get some more assists and he was in the game. But like I said, it's a squad thing, and it's an understanding that, and that's what we're trying to create here, and it's positive.
Yeah, and obviously Newark brought some good noise. It was a good crowd, and we again, the second one was an unfortunate way to concede. But you could feel that sort of everybody was sort of pulling together and just trying to just get that ball in themselves, like a bit of home advantage.
It is.
How good's that sort of feeling?
It is, because if we're being all critical, we're trying to improve, and the goals were a bit soft that we conceded.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're really good players.
Yeah.
And Newark are a really good team. We know they're going to throw stuff at us.
Yeah.
So like at the end, where I think Cody's blocked one on the line, then someone else has come in and blocked the next one.
Yeah.
And someone's blocked the next.
And
then we're at the other end and possibly should have finished it.
Yeah.
But he'd given the offside. So they're the things that you need to do: getting the bodies on the line, getting the breaks, and it's early days, but there's lots of positive signs. We're not getting carried away. It's a win, and like I say, we've had some good performances, we've had some indifferent performances about building a bit of consistency now over the next few games as we've got some tough games coming up, really tough, and they're all tough. Say Newark today, we knew difficult, and then we've got a different challenge in the league again.
Yeah.
They've
not been easy, have they? Both teams, you know, Malta and Newark, both top of their respective Step 5 divisions. I know it's early on, but you know they're not sort of they're not easy teams. Yeah,
they're not. I couldn't give them more praise. We knew it was going to be difficult.
Yeah.
What they did as well, actually, I think they had a really good squad. So when they made the subs.
Yeah.
At half time, and then I thought their subs were excellent as well. It caused us a few problems and asked questions of us. They've got strength and depth in their squad, and I think they'll do really well in this league. And fortunately for us, it's fallen on our right side at 2-2. It could go either way. They've got the momentum because they scored the equaliser potentially, and that's where we've got to dig in and find a way to win. And we have done that today, Elliot, with a composed finish, and that's why we brought him to the football club to go and score goals. Yeah,
and obviously, like Elliot's a little bit different because he probably would start, but he's been injured and stuff. But you know, how good is that? Just having somebody like him on the bench, you know, and then bringing him on and like you know, scoring the winning goal. That's probably what you missed last year, didn't you?
It is. Obviously, when you've not got Ross fit, which periods of times last season, and he's obviously getting older now. We needed some more of a threat and an instinct in front of goal, not just relying on one player. And we haven't done that. We've done that today in terms of Elliot. And I also said at half time actually to the two wide men, Ollie Novak and Dylan, they're causing all sorts of problems and they're impacting the game, because I think obviously Dylan scored, Ollie got an assist. And they're really pleasing that we've got people who are going to create chances and cause problems for teams. Again, Elliot's a different prospect. Different to those two. He comes in and he's a threat in front of goal. He scored nearly 28, 30 goals last season. So to get someone like that coming off the bench is handy. We've had to manage him because he had an operation just in pre-season. So it's about managing the minutes and giving him that, easing him in. We didn't want to throw him straight in the deep end and you know, reoccur the injury or get another niggle elsewhere. When you've had an operation, your body's a bit susceptible to pulls and strains here and there. So we've had to manage him, and we'll still continue to do that. Yeah, and just finally, obviously, before we can have a little bit of a celebratory, drink. But obviously, I think the step sort of 3 sides come in, so like your Northern Firm. Anybody sort of open in the next round or? No, maybe one of the old teams. Maybe that'd be nice. I'm trying to think. Maybe one of my old teams at that level would be nice. Local guy.
At home, maybe. At home.
Someone who's going to bring a good crowd in, or go to a stadium where there's going to be a good crowd. But like I say, I said to the boy before the game, if you win today, you're in the heart. You're playing against teams that are higher potentially, and you want to test yourself at the highest level you possibly can.
And it's the FA Cup, isn't it? It's a great
competition. It's a great competition where clubs like Rossington Main, you know, a community club, can get to play in one of the world's biggest and best cup competitions and go, all right, we're not going to win it, we're not going to go to Wembley, but this is our way. If we can keep going, this is and the club can keep progressing and challenge yourself. There's always cup upsets, so whether it's the 5th round and it's a League 2 team going to a Premier team, or whether it's a Step 5 team going to a Step 3 team, there's always cup upsets, and we've got to believe that we can do that depending on the draw. So we don't know what we're going to get yet.
Well done, Greg.
Cheers, thank you.